I'm curious, something I haven't really heard you chime in on. You arrived here right as we brokered this peace deal with Donald Trump. I'm curious, what are your predictions for what's going to happen here? Where do you see this going? Do you believe in what we're living through right now, this potential peace in the Middle East?
Peace in the Middle East sounds beautiful, doesn't it?
Sounds amazing.
It's what everyone would want, isn't it?
Yeah.
How do you have peace with people who want to murder your whole people? How do you have peace with them? Now, yeah, peace can come from this state, it can come from the Jewish people, it can come from the Christian people. Iran's not going to allow peace. Remember these countries, like even Hezbollah in Lebanon, right? If they don't have the war, then it will become hopefully a Christian homeland again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? If they don't have the war, they need the war. Qatar need the war. All these countries, the Palestinian Authority need the war. They need the war. Not just they need the war, ideologically they want the war. They want to massacre and kill all the Jews. So hopefully Donald Trump, I admire Donald Trump. I hate to think where this country would be. I hate to think where the West would be if Donald Trump didn't win that election.
Scary thought.
What would it have looked like?
Scary
What
thought.
would it have looked like? But then we're at a crossroads. The British Jewish community are at a crossroads. We are at the most important moment. It's now or never for an awakening. It's now or never to win this fight. It's now or never for Europe. It's now or never. Because in another 3-4 years, if we don't really get to grips and wake the people up, and look, what I'd say is 9 million people voted for Keir Starmer, yeah? 9 million. 20 million people didn't vote.
Really? I didn't know that.
20 million didn't vote.
Wow.
Right? We will reach that 20 million.
You have to.
We're going to. We are. Do you know the 20 million didn't vote? It's us, the working class. Yeah. They have turned the middle class against the Jews. They've turned them against Israel. They would love to turn the working class. Yeah. Unfortunately for them, we're the working class. Right? We don't hate Jews. We've had enough of Palestine. We get it. We live with them. We've lived with these groups that you've imported into our country. Not you. We live with them. So we know the hostility. We know the aggression. We get it. We know the hatred. So our job is to galvanise, electrify, captivate that 20 million. Yeah. Which we're going to do. If you look at, we had a goal 2 years ago when we set up the United Kingdom movement. If you look at what we've done in those 2 years, we've gone from 30,000 to 100,000. We've gone from 100,000 to 150,000 at demonstrations. We've now gone to millions. Yeah. Our next event is Unite the Kingdom, Unite the West. It's a lot of planning. It's going to cost it's going to be a big event. I think it's going to be the most watched political event. Wow. Freedom event in the world.
Do you have a date set already?
We do, but I don't want to give it out yet. It will be next year in the summer. A lot of planning has to go into this, but this isn't a British issue. It's a Western civilization issue. So it affects Britain, yeah, it affects France, it affects Sweden, it affects Israel. Mm-hmm. Yeah? And unless you see a unified front, which is where anyone who supports Western civilization and democracy needs to come together right now. Yeah? And it needs to come together right now, work together, unite together, and send a message to the world, send a message to the Islamists, send a message to the jihadists. We're together, we're united. Yeah? But they don't want that. They don't want it with you. They want Israel on their own. They want the Jews on their own. They want the straight people on their own. They do not want unity. Yeah? We have already successfully united this country, united the kingdom at our events, and we're giving people back the sense of identity, the sense of belief. And if you give those people, and it's not through politics, it's through culture and identity. So we had the vision 2 years ago. If we shift the culture, change the culture, you change the politics anyway. The politics comes from the cultural change. We've successfully we've raised the flags. It's what you have here naturally anyway. Your flag is everywhere.
Yeah.
What you're witnessing happening in Britain, which is again some optimism for people, I wasn't optimistic 2 years ago. What we've achieved in 2 years, I know the country's awake, because when I walk the streets, I get embraced, I get love, I get support, I get passion everywhere I go. I can see how the change. Remember, I've walked these streets.
You said it in your speech, the lions of Britain have woken up.
It's awake, man, I'm telling you. The country's awake.
So last question, what is the hope? What is the end goal for Tommy Robinson here? When do you get to finally say, I've accomplished what I accomplished, here's the next generation can kick off what I've done?
I want to hand down a safe and prosperous Britain the same way you want to hand down a safe and prosperous Israel. We only get there by waking people up, by waking the country up and understanding what we face. And getting through the lies, Islam is a religion of peace. Bullshit. What are you talking about? It never has been. Do you know that phrase, in one of my books, that phrase, Islam is a religion of peace, was never said till George W. Bush. And it's like the genocide, it's like the far right, Islam's a religion of peace, just keep repeating it. And then it's spoke about as a matter of fact. No, it's not. It's a conquest ideology. It's a violent, warlike ideology, yeah, that has raped and pillaged its way through the world. And and it would love to do it here. So what is my goal? My goal is to unite Britain, it's to awaken Britain, it's to use my journalism, but it's also to build a mass movement that can swing public opinion, that all of the politicians, I sit there and look at them, and they're having to shift. They're having to shift. And they may want to attack me. Trust me, in the next 2-3 years, many of them are going to have to stop attacking me, because we are going to be representatives of the biggest movement of the British public that our country's seen. We are building a cultural revolution in Great Britain, and they're not going to stop it. They're just not going to stop it. Nothing they can do to stop what's happening. It's happening. Now, for us, they've tried to keep me toxic. I've had a state invite from Israel. I am having massive support, even since being here, from European politicians, from the future leaders of Europe, as well as from the United States. They want, again, we just need to unify everyone who supports Western civilization. Everyone who, if I'm standing here and I'm in the Middle East, where is there freedom of religion in the Middle East? The Christian population have gone from 20% to 4% in 30 years. That's a genocide.
They're disappearing. They're
disappearing. Why are they? Where is the Christian population not disappearing? Here in Israel.
Correct.
It's the only place in the Middle East it's growing. It's the only place that, and then somehow you've got Christians, or so-called Christians now on the right in America, condemning Israel, but silent on the jihad in Nigeria, silent on the jihad against Christians across the Middle East. But yet they're condemning Israel because a few radical Jews have spat out a Christian on the video. That video is then used to pump around the world. Well, the only place, you see those Jews that spat on the Christians in those videos, they're prosecuted and arrested by the state of Israel.
Correct.
Do you see in all the Islamic nations that surround the Middle East? They're not prosecuted, they're celebrated. They're supported for attacking Christians.
I think, by the way, that is something, this is a lesson, I don't want to go on for too long, but this is a lesson that every single Christian needs to learn from Israel. This is something that they need to learn. When the Ashkenazi Jews from Europe, they created this state in 1948, you know what the first thing they did was? They tapped in the Mizrahi Jews from the Arab world. They said, you guys are in danger, let's bring you in. And you know what the Mizrahi Jews did? They tapped in the Ethiopian Jews. The fact that Christians around the Middle East have been all but abandoned by American Christians and by a lot of Western Christianity, we have to understand that those Christians who have been the fabric of Christianity in the Middle East, their population needs to stay alive. We need to fight for them.
Well, look, we just need to look at Lebanon, but most people in Britain have no knowledge of the history of Lebanon, what happened in Lebanon, even who went in to save the Christians in Lebanon, the state of Israel. Yeah? So most people just don't understand what's gone on in many of these countries or how Islam has spread through the sword. If they did, again, it's education, it's understanding, it's knowledge on what's been going on and what's happened to the Christian population.
Tommy, I wanted to give you a little gift as we part ways here. Yep. This right here is called a tarbush kippah. This isn't in a religious sense. This, for Jewish people, all this means is a symbolic thing that when we want to remember that God is above us, we put this on our head. I'm not expecting you to ever wear this if you don't want to. No. Just a gift I wanted to give you. This is something that Mizrahi Jews have been wearing for thousands of years or all around the Middle East.
And probably get killed for wearing in the Middle East, in some places.
In the Middle, yeah, for
You probably
sure.
get killed in Luton for walking around with this.
I just wanted to give you a little gift to show my appreciation. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this, and thank you for everything you've been doing for Israel.
Thank you.
We are all so appreciative of Tommy.
Thank you, man.
Thanks,
man.
Thank you.
Yeah, stay safe.
Great to meet you, man.